It's winter solstice. I'm out here with my dogs. We're about to do a pack feeding, or a pack bong as I've coined. Toki over there saying, hurry up, I want to eat. No bomb didn't go off in my yard. There are a bunch of deer that was donated to my pack. It gets donated by local hunters. They give me the parts of the deer that they don't utilize, so none of it goes to waste, which ethically I think is the thing to do if you're going to hunt. And my dogs are happy to fill that gap. We use these pack feedings for developing and building a healthy pack hierarchy. It teaches my dogs to be social in stressful situations with a high value food item present. Right here we've got honey badger, Oolu, Toki, Kurgan, K-Bar, and Lobo. Let's go. Again, we use these pack feedings to develop and maintain a healthy pack hierarchy. When we do these, we put out more food than is needed for the dogs, so there's plenty of pieces to go between them, and they're not fighting over just one or two pieces. So that's one of the things I recommend when you do this, is have more food out there than you have dogs. Again, you can always pick the food up and take it away and refreeze it. Again, we've got my German Shepherd Lobo here. F1 Lycan Shepherd Oolu, F2 Lycan Shepherd Honey Badger, who is 15 months old. We've got F3 Lycan Shepherd Toki, who's 9 months old. He's a giant. Over here we've got F2 Lycan Shepherd K-Bar, and my Blue Bay Shepherd Kurgan. Like K-Bar is playing with the tail. Again, this meat is frozen. We do freeze wild game for a period of 3 weeks to kill any potential parasites in it. Toki telling Badge, that's my deer head and tail. As I say in all my videos, I like to pet and handle my dogs when they're eating. It teaches them not to be food aggressive and inoculates them to people touching them. Causes them not to be overreactive. This is especially important when you have children. You don't want your dogs to believe that you're a challenge for their food. You've already given them the food. What's up, big man? You know, as a 2-decade-long animal warden, I've seen so many children bitten in situations that could have been easily avoided with just a little forethought and training. And I have several videos on food aggression, and especially dealing with it in puppies to prevent it from becoming an issue later on. You know, that's the time to deal with this stuff, the ideal time. But you can make any dog not be food aggressive with a little work. What's up, big man? Oh boy. You saw I was petting somebody and you had to get some pets in Kurgan. Kurgan telling Badge he wants to get in on that rib cage. Little canine communication. Toki telling Grandpa Kurgan, hey, can I have some of that rib cage? Kurgan says, hey Lobo, I'd like that. Lobo doesn't care, there's food all over the yard. He's gonna take K-Bar's piece. That's a big piece of fat he just pulled off of there. Badge just took Oolu's piece of fat over here. Again, Badge is the dominant female. Again, nobody cares because there's food all over the yard. And again, that's one of the points of these pack feedings by putting so much food out. Again, it makes the dogs feel like there's enough for everybody and they're not going to fight over what they have. You know, and especially if you have some dogs that are food aggressive and you're just starting to do this, you want to put a lot more food out than is necessary for the dogs and spread them around the yard. So, you know, you don't have one of them just taking it all and piling it up and sitting on it. And it's up to you, as again the alpha of your pack, to set the limitations and boundaries when you're doing this kind of stuff. If the dogs are exhibiting some behavior you don't like, step in and stop it and let them know what's appropriate. Don't allow mob rules in these situations, you know. This isn't Lord of the Flies. I don't know, maybe I'm dating myself. Some of you younger folks probably won't know that book or movie. It's about a group of kids that get shipwrecked on an island, and there are no adults or anything to supervise, and just kind of what happens. It's, I won't spoil it for you, but it's worth checking out again. Lord of the Flies. Toki says, where's Rudolph? Of course, I've got Oolu here wanting her belly rubs. Good girl. Working on that tail. Anywhere I crouch down, Oolu's gonna come over and roll on her back for pets. Badge telling Mom, hey, these are my pieces. Good girl. Again, she's telling that to her older brother K-Bar also, that's her little pile over there, and to leave it alone. Again, and this is all just canine communication. This is how they talk and communicate. It's not aggression. Ooh, Toki's working on the eye on that deer there. Get the way, Kurgan. The Kurgan's here wanting to get pets. The Lobo too. Badge keeping old man Lobo off her stuff. But again, don't feel sorry for him, because again, there's stuff all over the yard. There you go, man. Lobo has a low food drive, so he doesn't like to jockey around and compete with some of the other dogs. You know, if I threw a ball out here, he'd be dominating everybody to get the ball, but he just has a low food drive, you know, so I step in sometimes and give the old man a piece. And again, that's the point when you're doing this stuff, you know, you see some of the different shortcomings and limitations, you know, that might prevent a dog from not exhibiting itself in that situation, and just stepping in and give them a piece of food. Again, dogs have different drives, you know. Some dogs just don't have a strong food drive, you know. Even when Lobo loves this food, he just doesn't have a strong food drive. But if I started bouncing a ball in the yard, you'd see him bouncing off the walls to get it and jumping all over everybody. It's just a matter of what they're driven by. Good boy. It's like Badge took Toki's head and she's working on the eye now. Badge, you've got a pile of heads here. Badge is a real go-getter, and she likes to get ahead in life. Kurgan was playing with Oolu, and she told him, I don't want to play. Get some of this out. You don't need this huge pile. We got some snow earlier this morning. I was hoping it was going to keep going for this video. We got some just little wisps falling. I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but I always like it when I can film these when it's snowing. It adds kind of an atmosphere to the video. Mr. Man. I feed my dog what's called the BARF diet. BARF's an acronym for biologically appropriate raw foods. It was a feeding protocol that was created by veterinarian Ian Billinghurst. I highly recommend it over a commercial food diet, which tend to be filled with poor nutrition and overly processed foods. A lot of the modern health problems plaguing dogs are due to a commercial processed food diet. Commercial dog food wasn't created for health, it was created for convenience, and has only been around about 100 years. Before that, everybody's dogs ate raw food and table scraps. There are a couple other raw food protocols. There's the prey model diet and the RMB diet, RMB being an acronym for raw meaty bones. I recommend all three over a commercial food diet. Your dogs will thank you for it. You know, it takes little to no effort to chew dog food. In fact, they really don't chew it. They just gulp it down. Causes their teeth to rot. You know, their muscles of their G-tract become weak over time because it takes no time to move that dog food through their G-tract. You know, you can put a bowl, you can put a you can fill up a bowl of dog food and add water to it, and the dog food just puffs up and crumbles apart, and that's what's happening to it in your dog, and then it just slides through the G-tract, and the muscles of the G-tract over time become lax and underdeveloped, and that makes your dog prone to things like gastric torsion, where the stomach can flip and, you know, your dog can die. And especially deep-chested breeds, you know, are especially prone to that. Boxers, German Shepherds, and other breeds like that, Great Danes. I even knew somebody that had a Presa that happened to. Again, by feeding them a raw diet, and especially when you start that raw diet young, the muscles of the G-tract that move that food through get developed. The teeth get scrubbed clean with every meal, and you can see how much work it is for them to eat this stuff. You know, they inhale their bowl of dog food in less than 5 minutes, where, you know, they can spend a good half hour chewing on some of this frozen stuff here, even if it was raw, munching through this bone. And bone is perfectly healthy and a necessary part of your dog's diet. Again, bone meal is even an ingredient that's added to commercial dog foods for that reason. You know, some people, before they do their research, will give their dogs some raw food, and they won't include bone in that and the proper ratio of bone, and that in turn gives their dogs loose stools, and then they say, oh, my dog got sick eating raw. Well, no, you just didn't study what you were supposed to do. Again, if the dog is being fed raw food the right way, the stools are small and extremely firm and not loose at all. Now, this isn't what a typical raw meal looks like for my dogs. I do have all kinds of videos on the channel showing that in my raw food playlist, what their individual meals look like. This, again, is a pack feeding I use to develop and maintain a healthy pack hierarchy. And this, again, teaches my dogs to be social in stressful situations, which in turn is why my dogs react so well to dogs that aren't very social or aggressive in our off-leash videos. I have hundreds of videos literally documenting how well they deal with that. And part of that is my doing this with them, you know, a couple times a week. They don't get stressed, you know, when another dog snaps or growls at them, because they've learned how to communicate. Their fight or flight reflex isn't immediately stimulated. And again, that's not wishful thinking on my part. I literally have hundreds and hundreds of the videos on the channel showing just how well my dogs react to unsocial dogs. And showing you how much control I have over them in situations like this when squabbles break out. You know? Part of that is because they respect me as the alpha here. Ultimately, I am the alpha. You'll hear me talk about Kurgan being alpha. I'm referring to just amongst the dogs. Kurgan munching on that tail. Toki coming by to tell me thanks for all the good food. Oh boy, so handsome. Isn't he handsome? Badge has got another pile over here. K-Bar and Kurgan. All right. That's his pet me face when he does that. People will think sometimes in my videos that I like Kurgan or maybe Badge better than some of the other dogs. That's not the case. They just happen to be the most affectionate, you know, so they're the ones who are always coming up to me to cuddle in the videos. You can see Oolu's pretty much like that too. She loves to roll over and get her belly rubbed. And you see K-Bar, Toki there laid on the ground as he went by K-Bar to have access to some of his food here again. He's showing respect by taking that low posture. Lobo's got a big chewy piece of fat that he's finishing off there. Toki's seeing if he can get some crumbs of it. Again, when you see Toki coming in and doing this with the other dogs, He's being respectful. He's not challenging him. You'll see his tail is low. Kurgan feeling a little randy, and Oolu telling him, knock it off. I got a headache. All right, all right. She loves having her belly rubbed with my foot. Kurgan, she's been out of heat for weeks. He says, I just want to check to make sure. Toki's got the tail. Everybody likes that tail. I don't know why. There's really not much on it. And that's K-Bar on the left, Oolu on the right. What's up, big man? She's coming in to roll on her back. I gotta move. All right. Come on, Kurgan, I'm trying to film. I guess they're both done chewing on stuff for now. Toki ripping all the hair off that tail. Hair is actually a natural dewormer for dogs. I don't recommend feeding them hair over worming your dogs, but it does help to deworm dogs or canines in the wild. And yes, they do eat it. For those who will ask, well, do your dogs live outside? No. They live in the house, and I have plenty of videos showing them inside the house. We're all outside here together filming this so you can see it. These guys are all out. Now Oolu's giving Kurgan back a little bit of what he was doing. But yeah, we're all outside here together filming this. They have thick double coats. They're bred for this kind of weather. It's about 12 degrees now Fahrenheit. Badge playing with some of the hair off that tail. Toki got a chunk of it too. Yummy. That's just what I want, a mouthful of hair. Toki asking Queen Badge if he can have the leg from her pile. Badge just said, hey, you can have the leg, leave the head alone. Again, this isn't aggression. This is all canine communication. It's them talking to each other. K-Bar moved in and said, well, if you're going to let the leg go, I'll take it. Badge eating that ear. And they'll eat these whole heads. There'll be nothing left of them. It'll take a few days for them to go through the skulls and everything, but every part of that head will be gone. Oolu and Kurgan playing with each other some more. She said, I'll play, but get away from my food. big man. Oops, sorry, Lobo. And again, it's not like Lobo's the beta of the pack. He just has a low food drive, and so in these situations, he's not interested in competing or jockeying for the food. You know, if I had a ball out here, he'd be the dominant dog going for the ball. It's just a matter of different drives that different dogs have. You know, he's from a working line, and that's what he's focused on. What? All right. Badge. He's such a clown, Badge. Badge challenging mom for her piece. Again, Badge is the dominant female. It's just kind of funny. She's only 15 months old. Every time I crouch down, I get mobbed. See K-Bar doing is he's ripping all the hair off that deer head so he can eat it. De-hairing it. And he'll rip all the hair off it and then eat it. Not the hair, the head. Good boy. That's what you see him doing. He's grabbing clumps of hair and ripping it off and dropping it on the ground. Got some crows overhead calling some of their buddies saying, hey, there's some goodies in this yard. See them there flying, checking things out. So, homie, good boy. He's up there on the pole watching us. Get more pets. Toki's another very, very affectionate dog. Gramps, don't take my stuff. So you see what he did. Little Kurgan took his piece. He laid down on the ground. He's kind of laying there. And he's being submissive and respectful. And that's why Kurgan's tolerating it. again, as stated, this isn't what a standard raw meal looks like. This is a pack feeding. I have a whole bunch of videos that'll show you what a standard raw meal looks like if that interests you. Yeah, look at all the crows coming in. Odin is watching. It is winter solstice after all. Right, homie? Happy solstice to you who celebrate it. All hail King Kurgan. There can only be one. Homie. Good boy. Oh, you're a good girl too. Toki trying to get ahead in life. Oolu wanting to be pet. Toki and K-Bar are good buddies. For those who might be wondering where are Winter and Kratos, I discussed that in our last feeding video in the first part of the video a few days ago. You can find out more about that there, and there'll be a future video coming. I'm gonna quit filming with my GoPro right here and pull out my phone and do a little filming with that. It gets a little better picture, but it'll be shaky. And but you know, when it's dark, dim like this, it gets a little better picture. So let's film with that and we can kind of compare the two. I think after the holidays here, I'm gonna pick up a new GoPro 10. I'm using a GoPro 8 right now, and they've made some advancements. It'll enhance the videos a bit. I'll be back. Back with my phone. And we'll compare the two pictures. I'm using a Samsung Galaxy 10, so it's got a pretty good camera on it. Feels better with dim light anyways. But it doesn't have the video stabilization of the GoPro, which is where that thing really shines. It makes it seem like you've got a gimbal when you don't. funny to watch the subtle communication between them. Gopro took it back to a spot and begins ripping out more of the hair. What's up, Oolu? Good girl. You gotta move or she's gonna lay on her back again. She loves her belly rub. Oolu barking at a neighbor. On the other side of the fence, they just walk their dog past there. And my dogs do bark when they hear stuff that they want to alert me about. They just don't annoyance bark. They're smelling the air because of the other dog they could smell going by on the other side of the fence there. See Kurgan doing right there, sniffing the air. So Mr. Lobo. Boy, oh, I don't want deer kisses right now. Yes. Lobo loves to be pat. Toki again working on the ear of that deer. Again, he's so beautiful. I'm so happy with how he's turning out. You'll see me sometimes in the thumbnails and titles of my videos saying giant dog, and that you might think that's what I'm focusing on, but that isn't. It's just that using those words in the title and thumbnail tend to get more videos. You know, ultimately I'm looking for a specific type of structure. I do want the dogs to be large, but that isn't our main focus. It's easy through selective the process of selection to in just a few generations make dogs larger or smaller, you know, so that's not really my focus. My focus ultimately is on a specific type, body type that we're looking for related to the breed standard I've created. It's K-Bar telling Badge that's his piece. And again, that's just canine communication. And there's food all over the yard, so that's not an issue. And again, like I said, that's one of the things you want to do when you're doing these pack feedings, is you want to put out more food than you have dogs, you know, than they can eat. You know, it makes the environment not so tense. It makes the dogs more relaxed. And that's ultimately what you want when they're communicating like this, is for them to feel relaxed. You don't want them to feel tense, high strung, you know, you don't want that fight or flight reflex stimulated. But what do I know? I'm just some guy on YouTube. I do have over 30 years working with dogs and was an animal warden for 2 decades, but take everything I say with a grain of salt. There are plenty of ways to work with dogs, and this is just one of many. It's what works for me, and that's all I claim it to be. If you can find something useful from the videos I put out, hey, that's great. That's why I do them. If you think you know a better way, hey, if that works for you, that's great too. That's okay with me. I don't care what you do. I just want you to have fun with your dogs and have a good relationship with them, and I hope my videos help some people do that by giving them a little bit of insight in their dog's behavior and how they communicate and interact with each other. Toki telling Badge, that's my head. What's up, sweetie pie? Toki's an ear man, he likes those ears. Oolu looking at me, wanting me to pet her. She's slinking her way over. Are you slinking your way over? Good girl. Uh-oh, we got a canine centipede. If you see the human centipede joke, you'll get the joke. Lobo going for the balls. Well, anytime I hear a C-130, I get those Army flashbacks of parachute jump. That don't mean bad flashbacks. They just mean that sounds very familiar to me. Get it, Bo. Get it, Bo. I said you bring a ball out or you get Lobo playing with something, he comes alive. Kurgan telling Lobo, stop all the nonsense around the food. Oh, knock it off. Knock it off. Kurgan gets jealous sometimes of Lobo playing. Knock that off. No. That's what you see when I discipline the dogs. I'll use a muzzle grab and hold. That was a very slight one there. Yet I don't do anything. No, he's telling me he's sorry for being a dink to Lobo. And, I don't do anything to hurt him. But, I grab, I hold the muzzle, and I make eye contact with them. It's what the alpha dog or a parent will do to puppies in the pack when they're disciplining them. You'll see they'll do the muzzle grab and hold. And it's something I use with the dogs that's very effective. He's telling me he's sorry. It's okay. But it's something I use that's very effective that the dogs understand. Yeah, I'm not mad. You see, he's telling me he's sorry. Lobo's up there. Good boy. He says, I don't care. I want another ball. Get it, Bo. Yeah, Lobo's got crazy pre-drive. He loves this play. Get it, Bo. Again, with Lobo and Kurgan, that's all just canine bitching. That's not aggression. It's Kurgan being a dink and being jealous that I'm interacting and playing with Lobo, and he doesn't want him playing around the food. And again, like two brothers, as the parent, I stepped in and said, "Hey, knock it off." That's how you got to be with your dogs. Good boy. And you can see he generally feels sorry. I mean, he comes back several times to tell me he's sorry, and you can see him being submissive, and that should answer any questions on who's alpha here. Get it, Bo. again, it just shows you the difference in drive between the dogs. You know, I mean, there's all this beautiful gear being around, and Lobo would rather play with the ball. It's that working temperament. That's his excited noise. Get it, Bo. Get it, Bo. There's a ball inside the ball that he's biting at. K-Bar playing with him. K-Bar likes to play with balls too. Oh, he's moving in there. He says, "Toke, that's my head." Toki's telling him he doesn't care. These two are buddies, though. Knock it off. Knock it off. Quit being a dink. Yes. Lobo came over to you to say he was sorry. And Kurgan just gave him a kiss to tell him he's sorry. And again, that's what these feedings are good for, you know. It puts the dogs in stressful situations, and it lets me dictate how they should interact with each other. See them kissing each other. Couple of brothers bitching. That's all. Canine bitching. But again, it shows you the different drives. You know, Lobo was totally focused on that ball. And you got Kurgan there, he was focused on, you know, not being stepped on while he's eating that piece of meat. Again, Lobo doesn't care, he just wants his ball. Trying to get a shot of Toki there, Kurgan. You keep stepping in my way. Get out the way. Boy. Such a good boy. See, one big happy family. You better still working at getting that hair up there. Oh boy. You're such a whack job, Lobo. Toki's got the ball now. Toki likes to play a lot too. Again, you see him plop down respectfully in front of K-Bar, and he's probably going to start moving in on his deer head there. Yep. And again, it just shows you some of the communications, you know, because, you know, he's not coming in stiff or being tense, and he comes in respectfully. You know, he's treated with respect in return. So again, I hope this gave you some insight in communication within the pack. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, and share. Bye from Kurgan, Oolu, Honey Badger, Toki, K-Bar, and Crazy Uncle Lobo. And myself, Chad. Like, subscribe, and share. If you watch the channel and you aren't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button. It helps us out a lot. We really appreciate it. Also, check out our merch store. We've got lots of cool merch on the channel. It really helps us out. If you want to support us in other ways, we do have a PayPal link in the video description, and there's always the thanks button at the bottom of the video that you can tip us through YouTube. Again, bye from the crew. Kurgan says, pet me with his pet me eyes. That's all. See ya. Thanks for watching. Check out our merch store down below.